Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back into the show. Yet another episode of Crushing Fantasy Football. I am Bryce Lockridge, your host of the show, guys. Today, I am going to be giving you guys my biggest bounce back candidates for the 2022 season. And it's extremely important to pinpoint who these players are because they usually come at a tremendous value in the draft due to the fact that they busted last year. So, I have very good reason to believe that these players are going to make a comeback in 2022. First player on my list is going to be Darren Waller. I love Darren Waller in this offense now. I liked him before because even when all of the defensive attention was on Darren Waller, this dude usually beats the defense. He is a physically dominant tight end at 6'6", 250 pounds. So this guy literally just can't be stopped. And now you have Devante Adams on the team. This is insane because now most of the defensive attention is going to be on Devante Adams. He's going to draw the other team's best corner. He's probably going to draw a double team. This is going to leave Darren Waller open to absolutely have a field day this year. His yardage count is going to be through the roof, and he has high touchdown upside considering the fact that this team is going to get in the red zone and score a lot of touchdowns. I love him for a huge bounce back season. Next player on my list is going to be Allen Robinson. Okay, guys, Allen Robinson has been a quietly productive wide receiver since coming into the league. 2 out of his first 3 seasons. He had 1,000 receiving yard seasons. Last year, he was absolutely terrible, though, and then he got hurt, so he really was just absolutely worthless for fantasy. But I see him having a huge bounce back in this offense. Look, the offense that you're put in is one of the most important factors for a wide receiver, even more so than their talent. So this dude was placed now in an offense that scores a ton of points and is an aerial assault offense that isn't afraid to target any one of their wide receivers 10 plus times a game. Now, obviously, Cooper Kupp's going to get a lot of the production in the offense, but Allen Robinson will still be a serviceable flex player, and I see him having a big-time bounce-back season. Next player on my list is going to be Chase Claypool. Guys, this guy, I love Chase Claypool. I mean, look, he's a physical specimen. If he actually had a quarterback that could throw him the ball downfield, we would see that this is one of the most dominant field-stretching downfield alpha male threat wide receivers in the entire league. And on top of that, he could be a massive red zone threat due to his size and contested catchability. So considering the fact that we are going to have a for sure arm strength upgrade at quarterback, I like Chase Claypool this year. No disrespect to Big Ben, but look, Mitch Trubisky or Kenny Pickett are way younger and they still have their arm strength. So even though they haven't proven themselves as NFL quarterbacks yet, they can at least attempt to get Chase Claypool the ball down the field. This should bode very well for his big play ability. And I think that the offense for the Steelers is going to be improved this year. We have a second-year Najee Harris. We're going to have a younger quarterback that can do more than Ben Roethlisberger. And we still have the stud wide receivers coming back in Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool. So considering the fact that he only scored 2 touchdowns last year, I don't see any way that that doesn't go up. And I have him as a huge bounce-back player for this coming season. Next player on my list is going to be Aaron Jones. Okay, guys, I really love Aaron Jones this year, and I like him mainly because Devante Adams is gone. Look, if you look at Aaron Jones' history on the Packers, whenever Devante Adams doesn't play, Aaron Jones' red zone targets go up. His red zone carries go up. His overall reception count goes up. His touchdowns scored within the red zone goes up. All of the most important statistics for a fantasy running back tilt massively in favor of Aaron Jones whenever Devante Adams doesn't play. So now that Devante Adams is gone, Aaron Jones' upside flies through the roof. And let's look at this little statistic. It's very interesting. Last year, the one game where Devante Adams didn't play was the one game where Aaron Jones saw double-digit targets out of the backfield. So with that being the case, I have very good reason to believe that they plan on targeting this guy 10-plus times in at least a handful of games this coming year. And in those same games, he's probably going to run the ball 12 times. So the combination of catching a ton of passes out of the backfield and still receiving a healthy amount of rushing work is going to have Aaron Jones very high on my list of running backs this year. And keep in mind, guys, this is a running back who's averaged over 5 yards per carry in his career. This is one of the most electric running backs in the NFL. He is slept on going into the fantasy draft every year. And considering the fact that Devante Adams is gone and he has such a tremendous ceiling, the fact that he's being drafted as the running back 13 is ludicrous. It's ridiculous. And don't worry about the fact that A.J. Dillon is running behind him because remember when Jamal Williams ran behind Aaron Jones in 2019 and 2020? Aaron Jones still produced high-end elite running back 1 numbers. So you should draft Aaron Jones for your fantasy team this year. I see him having a massive bounce-back season in 2022. Next player on my list is going to be Devante Parker. Now, Devante Parker is going to quickly step in to the Patriots offense and be the wide receiver 1 on the team. The wide receiver 1 last year was essentially Jacoby Myers. If they want to win games, Jacoby Myers can't be their wide receiver 1. So they got Devante Parker for a reason. They are going to target this guy heavily. He's going to have games where he gets double-digit targets. He's going to be a red zone threat due to being 6'3 plus. And we know that, our receivers that are above the height of 6'3 typically thrive in the red zone due to their size and contested catch ability. And so he's going to be a red zone threat. He's going to be a downfield threat. He's playing in a very good, well-coached system with a quarterback that is improving rapidly in Mac Jones. So I love Devante Parker's upside in this Patriots offense. I think he's going to have a huge bounce-back season in 2022. So get him on your fantasy team. Next player on my list is going to be Saquon Barkley. Okay, guys, I still think that Saquon Barkley is possibly the most talented running back in the NFL. Now, a lot of people aren't going to say this because, they've seen him bust a few seasons in a row in fantasy, but what you have to keep in mind is last year, his entire offensive line was destroyed. It was terrible. And the entire wide receiving core was hurt. Daniel Jones missed some time. I mean, there was a time where every good player on this team's offense was on the bench and out with an injury. I've never seen a team that banged up. It was crazy. So that didn't bode well for Saquon's efficiency. He only averaged 3.7 yards a carry last year. But keep in mind, this is a running back that despite having that ridiculously bad luck last season, averages 4.5 yards a carry in his career. He is still a very efficient career running back despite playing on an offense that's never really been very good. So considering the fact that this offense now has more weapons than they've actually ever had in Saquon's entire career, and they've bolstered the offensive line, I see Saquon having a huge bounce-back season and potentially being a league-winning player in 2022. I'm very excited to see what he can do. Next player on my list is going to be Courtland Sutton. This is the last player I have on here, guys. Courtland Sutton, I love him with Russell Wilson throwing the ball. He is kind of going to step into the new Tyler Lockett role, and we saw how big of a weekly ceiling Tyler Lockett had in the Seahawks offense. He was that wide receiver that on any given week could give you the highest weekly performance. Now, he was a little bit boom or bust, and I think that Courtland Sutton's going to be a little bit boom or bust as well due to so much target competition with all these elite receivers and, stud pass-catching running backs and everything like that. But his ceiling is tremendously high, and he's going to have those games where he wins you your week single-handedly. And he didn't really do much last year. I see him having a significantly improved season. I don't see any way that he doesn't have a significantly better season with Russell Wilson at quarterback. Such a massive quarterback upgrade is going to equal a better season for Courtland Sutton. Look for him to have a huge bounce-back year in 2022. All right, guys, I hope this video helped. These guys all come at a great value in the draft due to the fact that they busted in 2021. So grab them on your team for 2022. They're going to bounce back. All right, guys, appreciate it.